up, turn me up.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Merry Bunch podcast. This is the reintroduction episode with the Kizers. I'm Brianna.
Nico.
Keonda.
William.
In this episode, we dive into the dynamics of marriage after 6 years together. The Kizers reflect on how relationships evolve over time and explore the unique challenges and growth that come with reaching their milestone. Tune in as they share insights, personal stories, and practical advice on how to keep the spark alive and maintain a thriving marriage as it enters its 6th year.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start this thing off. So tell us the story of how y'all met.
So, my best friend was getting married to his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both in the wedding. But originally, I would talk to my friend Tamisha, that's her name. We used to talk on the phone every night, and she had me on speakerphone. And her husband at the time, little Larry, he was like, "Oh, Crystal, I got somebody you can talk to." He said, "I'm going to send you 2 pictures. It was 2 pictures of 2 guys. And he said, and you pick out who you want to talk to." So the first picture came through. I don't know who it was. It was a dark-skinned man. I said no. And then the second picture came through. It was Chris. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, he kind of cute." I was like, "But how old is he? He look a little older." Man. And then we went from there. And then that's basically how we started talking.
That's crazy. How old you thought I was?
I mean, I didn't think you was old, but I knew you was older than me.
The way you just said it, like,
Right.
I was an old baby.
Boy, please.
So did you get some pictures of Crystal? How that worked?
Nah, I didn't get any pictures. So I guess most of this was operating kind of under the radar. I guess he was communicating with Crystal more, but, you know, he did bring it up eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't get any pictures, though. So. No pictures at all.
All right. So would y'all say y'all were in a serious relationship prior to marriage?
I was in one for 5.5 years, and then we broke up, and I was single for 2 years before I met him.
Okay.
Yeah, prior I was in a relationship, but after then I was in a place where it was just me. It was just me solo, you know, pretty much just focusing on me, the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I was in a relationship, a extended relationship with my baby mama. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So after that long time that y'all had, what made you fall in love with each other and made this relationship the one?
I want to say just Crystal, where I come from, for the most part, it was just me solo. Like I said, you know, I got family, but it's like I don't got family.
Right.
So to have someone come into your life that, you know, support you, help you out, got a good heart, you know, pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
She was a big, you know, additive to my life.
Right.
So that definitely, you know, that took me right there.
For me, I would say him being a family man, as far as taking care of his household, his kids, and I needed that because I come from a big family. So I need somebody that's very family oriented, because if not, it wouldn't work. But that's what I loved about him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they say that you marry your dad. Do you feel like Chris has the same attributes as your dad?
Mm-hmm. Only thing is, my dad is more outgoing, but as far as you know, all about family, taking care of the household, and laid back. Yeah, that's how my dad is.
Okay. So what qualities do you admire about each other?
Once again, I admire Crystal's heart. She's giving. She's straightforward. She gonna let you know how it is. She definitely gonna let you know what it is, and that's really something I needed. You know what I'm saying? Because when you solo, you by yourself for a long time, you pretty much get stuck in your ways.
Right.
Operate how you want to operate. You really ain't trying to listen to nobody. You really ain't recognizing your flaws and things like that. So I just appreciate how straightforward she is and the heart that she has.
No, I'm just joking. Basically just being a man of his word. Like, if he say he gonna do something, 9 times out of 10, he gonna do it.
Right.
How have your expectations of marriage evolved since you first got married?
I don't think mine changed much. I knew what I was getting into as far as getting married. I knew what to expect because of my parents and other family members being married. So I don't think it didn't change for me.
For me, mine definitely it evolved because I didn't get a chance to see marriage a lot outside of my uncle. My parents died, my mom died, and my dad died. So, as far as marriage and expectations, I'm gonna be honest. I really wasn't even thinking about marriage before. I was just focused on me. So, yeah, I didn't have that blueprint of like, okay, I want to get married. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. It was just me at the time. So, but as when we got married, you know what I'm saying, everything flow.
So, what did you do while being engaged to prepare for marriage?
Well, the first thing we did was get a bank account.
Yeah. Yep.
We really didn't even have time to prepare because something kind of happened, and we just ended up living together and just doing what it do, basically.
Yeah, it's like that thing that happened. It just kind of, how things happen and it just kind of make things fall in place. It just kind of flowed, man, naturally. What happened wasn't a good thing, but it worked out for the best. So I feel like that aligned us together in that situation to kind of prep us for the whole marriage thing anyway. So
That's good. Yeah.
So why did you guys feel like that was the first thing after engagement y'all did? Like, why was that important for y'all? The bank account.
Well, you know what? I lied because we did that before we got engaged.
yeah.
It
was before.
Yeah, that was before.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess I should say once we got serious, we tried to get a bank account because we already kind of knew that we was gonna be together pretty much, and we felt like we need to start saving some money.
Sure.
So, did you both desire to be married, and why or why not?
Growing up, I always wanted to be married. I wanted to be a wife, and I wanted to have 2 kids, believe it or not. And then I was with my ex, and I was like, I don't want to be married. No. But then when I got with him and we started, we became serious, and I knew that this was what I wanted, I wanted to be married. So.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about marriage at all. The situation that I was in, it was pretty crazy. So, like I said, that kind of pushed me to just focus on me, work on me, strengthen my relationship with God, my kids. In a sense, like I said before, it wasn't the best situation, but it helped me. It helped me to better myself and prepare myself for my wife. So.
Okay. So, What is your love language, and do you feel like your spouse supports your love language?
Mine would be quality time, and depending on the day, physical touch. We spend a lot of quality time together every day, pretty much, really. Once we get home from work, we tap in with Jeremiah, and then after that, it's Crystal and Chris time.
Yeah. Mine is definitely, one of them is definitely physical touch, acts of service. She got me spoiled. So, she was, before, in the past, like, I never had a pair, I never purchased a pair of Jordans before. I was always like an Air Force Ones dude. Mm-hmm. She purchased my first pair of Jordans. And I didn't even know how to really receive it, because when you're in a situation to where you just doing for you all the time and nobody really does anything for you, you really don't know how to receive certain things. So we was in the mall and she asked me that I wanted Jordans, and I was like, I don't know. And, you already know she got that attitude. She was like, look. And that's exactly what she said. And I'm like, okay, so that pretty much.
That's not what you said. You said, I was like, do you want the Jordans? Because, I bought my pair. And I was like, oh, well, do you want the Jordans? And he was like, I'd rather have the money.
That's what
I was like,
we get that bread.
For real. I said, well, you ain't getting the money. Like, do you want the Jordans or not? And I think he irritated me, and we ended up like walking out the store, get ready to walk out the mall. And something just said, ask him one more time. I was like, do you want the Jordans or not? And he was like, well, yeah. And I was like, well, come on. Because, back then you stood in line and stuff like that. And I was like, come on, for somebody come back and da. Yeah.
But yeah.
You knew you wanted them doggone Jordans.
Yeah, for sure. But like I was always the giver, never the one to really receive. Yeah. So with that being said, she pretty much, that was the day she set the tone for spoiling you, boy.
And I should have never done it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, what is the funniest or most memorable moment of your wedding day?
Oh, man,
I'm going to let you go first.
That's a lot.
Should
I say this on record?
Go tell it.
Say it.
I never forget it.
I won't either.
Well, it was when we had, I don't know, would you call it a party?
Oh, it had to be a party.
It was a
party.
Yeah, it was a get together.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a get together.
A bachelor party.
It was a bachelor party.
Yeah, definitely.
It was almost like that movie. What's that movie?
Hangover. Yeah.
It was similar to the Hangover.
Yeah.
Black version.
The black version of the Hangover.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we had a good time, but it didn't end up the best. But I can't say me and my brothers, we had a good time, man, in the beginning. Funniest, I can say, would be her cousin, Jamel, dancing all over the place at the wedding. Yeah, he was lit. Shout out to Jamel. That dude was lit. So he had me dying laughing. So those two moments, definitely.
I don't think I have a moment from that day, but I said it before on one of the episodes, but I was so happy that day. I remember I stayed on the dance floor the whole night. Like, I had a good time.
And too, like, her whole family, like she said, she got a big family. Mm-hmm. I got family, but it's real thin. So her family showed mad love that night. They made me feel, like I was a part of the family. Mm-hmm. Like right off gate. So
that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yes, another beautiful wedding that most of us were there for.
Wish I could have made it, brother.
Hey, listen, man. Listen.
Comment down below if you want to know stories.
We'll say that for another episode.
Right. So, what's a shared experience or adventure you'll always cherish from the past?
I would probably say the first cruise we went on.
I was just about to say that. First cruise, definitely. Never forget that. It's first time experience. And for the most part, I'm gonna say again, until I met Crystal, I really didn't even travel like that. I ain't go anywhere. It's like I was trapped in the hood. Just like I let it consume me.
You and me both.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never went anywhere. I was just trapped in that one space. And she asked me before, like, do you think if we would have never met, would you still be in that place? And I'm like, I don't know. That's just something to think about, you know. But I wasn't doing anything. It was just me, the kids, church, work, kids, church, work, over and over again. So, yeah. When she came in, everything changed for me. So, she know it.
Crystal, you want to say the same? Same, the cruise as well?
Yeah, because that was my first time flying and my first time going on a cruise too. So.
Oh, I didn't know it was your first time flying that time.
Oh, man, she was holding my arm so tight.
So, so they always say like traveling is a big thing for couples. Like if you can go through traveling together, like it shows a lot about the relationship. Like when you guys travel, like what has been your experience? Has it like caused arguments, brought you closer? Like how has that experience been traveling together?
It's definitely caused some arguments. But, you know, it's
When?
I mean, just the whole, you know, the process of the airport stuff. Well, for me,
frustration,
yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
I'm going to take her out of the picture. For me, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So my frustration caused the argument. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
Well, I don't fuss on trips.
yeah. It's just, you know how it is traveling sometimes. Especially at the airport, it get frustrating.
Yeah, especially TSA. They got
That's what's up.
attitudes.
Definitely.
So how have you two grown as individuals and as a couple since getting married?
I think just, you know, getting to know each other. You know, learning how to deal with each other's flaws and mood swings and all that stuff, man. What you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't really know how to answer that, but I agree with what you said.
Like, how are y'all
Yeah.
different today than when your first day of meeting or your first year of marriage? Like, how have y'all?
Okay.
I would say, as far as couples being married, we are closer. We have gotten a lot closer.
Yeah.
It be times I'm getting ready to say something and he says it. And that happens a lot. Individually, like for myself, I would say I am definitely not the same Crystal as I was on September 22nd, 2018. I have changed a lot. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. Some things I need to work on still, but I'm not the same.
Yeah, she getting old. She getting old. Yeah, but as an individual, for me, I've grown to be more considerate of what she got going on, you know, her feelings. Now, don't mind me, I still got to work on that because she still let me know, you know, I can be inconsiderate at times. So, and I can be stubborn. You know what I'm saying? I can get into a real stubborn moment where, you
Hell
know,
yeah.
I can come in the house and I can admit it, you know what I'm saying? I can come in the house and I don't want to really speak to nobody, or I just want to
Be to yourself.
yeah. You know, and that's just something, I've grown to understand. I can't do that. You know. So yeah.
Yes.
So, what has been the most rewarding part of being married?
I would say, for me, coming home to somebody that I want to come home to. Like, anybody know me? They ask me what I'm doing. I'm going home. I'm going home with my husband. That's just me.
For me, just as a man, just knowing, similar to what she's saying, knowing that I'm out here, I got a family. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife. I got somebody to take care of. She ain't got to worry about, the house. She ain't got to worry about no mortgage payment. Like, I got something to work for and to strive to be better for. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. So how do you navigate difficult conversations?
We always had difficult conversations. We always just kind of talked about it. But I think now, like I said, I'm not the same Crystal before. So now I know some things I kind of shy away from talking about. Like, I just like kind of standoffish. But like we said on that episode, you got to talk about it. So I know at some point, if we don't talk about it today, it's gonna come up again. So you might as well. But now at this stage, I think sometimes he has to work a little harder to get me to talk about certain things that I don't want to talk about.
I got to work hard. Work hard. Now, one thing, she don't got no problem with addressing the issue, but me, I like to talk. Like, I want to try to figure out what it is, why it is, and what can we do. I got to give her the space to she got a period of time where she don't want to talk about nothing, and she still might not talk about it at all. And I'll keep nagging her. I used to I still do sometimes, but I used to be way worse. I just keep nagging her to talk about it, but that didn't get me nowhere. So, but yeah, we getting better at that though. I'm getting better at giving her the space to process everything, and she getting better with talking about it.
Yeah.
All right now.
All right, so what's one thing y'all do to keep the romance alive in the relationship?
Man, I still like I just like to flirt in the house. She might not like it all the time, but if we in the kitchen,
slap.
That's my boy. That's my boy. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that all the time, especially when she coming up with the off work scrub pants.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
Yes.
She'll be like, "Stop, Jeremiah upstairs." Jeremiah come around the corner. Yeah, so that's definitely me. That's me every day.
We used to do every other Friday. We used to go out to eat, but somewhere along the way we fell off.
Yeah.
So we need to get back on that. But we used to do that. But we watch a lot of TV.
For sure.
That's like our
For sure.
bonding time. Like we
TV guy.
yeah. Find something on TV, baby, that's
find
us.
If we find a good show, we watching the whole season probably in one day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got it bad.
Yeah.
We used to be like that with Power.
So what are some traditions or routines you've created as a couple?
Well, like I said, we were going out to eat every other Friday after work. That would be the first thing we would do. But routine wise, I would say we eat at the table every night. Me, him,
Yeah.
Jeremiah, and when Marquis there, we eat as a family, and it's no phones.
Yeah. And it's probably around the same
Time
every day.
every day.
So it's like real old schoolish. It's the
That's
same.
good, though.
It's the same time every day. So, yeah.
So, what's one thing about yourself that you've learned to appreciate more since being married?
Repeat the question again.
What's one thing about yourself you've learned to appreciate more since being married?
Just appreciating me, and where I come from, and how far I came. You know, I used to not pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up, and just you already know.
Yeah.
Where we from. But yeah, just getting caught up and not. So really now I appreciate me more because I know I need to take care of me for her. You feel me?
That's
That's
good.
a good one. That's a good one.
I don't really know. I guess one thing I would say that I appreciate about me more, well, that I appreciate now, because before I couldn't stand it. As far as like people coming to me for like different things, or not material things, but just like just needing a listening ear, or and at first I used to be like, why they always calling me, like what? And then now I just learned, like, okay,
Yeah.
you don't always have to say anything. Sometimes they just want you to listen. Yeah.
So, is there anything that y'all working on right now to improve the marriage?
Yeah, still just you can never stop working on communication. Definitely still working on that, and just coming up with new ways to just keep it romantic, keep the fire blazing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's things that you always gonna have to work on.
Right.
Because getting caught up into the daily activities, work, you can get sidetracked. We come in, we tired, we eat, we go to sleep. Even with the job I got, I'm talking to people all day. So I know it's hard. Sometimes it's mad hard to come home, and I know I still got to make time for conversation with my wife, my son, and like I said, I can be stubborn. So I might come in and don't say it. And she might say, Chris, have you checked on your son? Or have you said something to Jeremiah? Because, she just there to remind me of that. So.
So, with that being said, do you feel like you can communicate openly and honestly?
I do.
Oh, you said that like I don't.
I do. Because I'm the type of person, if something is bothering me, I just got to say something. I mean, and sometimes it might not always come out right. And that's something I need to work on. But, yeah, I always keep it honest, and I'm very transparent, except for the things that I need to work on.
For me, I'm definitely gonna keep it honest, but I might not come out and say it right then. I ain't gonna lie, hold back a lot. She'll be like, "Say what you gonna say," But I'm laid back. You know what I'm saying?
More like, well, like just say it.
Yeah. But, I'm not like that with every situation, but I am like that for the most part. So, but yeah, she gonna say, I always tell her that she gonna say what she gotta say, and she can say it. It can be cutthroat when she say it.
Right.
You know, and I'll be like, Crystal, yo, you said that hard, yo.
There you
And
go.
she may not even really mean it that way. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So, has there been any outside influence on your marriage, negative or positive?
yeah, it's been definitely negative. It's been negative influence. Mainly with my fam.
Oh, I'm
anyway.
about to say, yeah,
Yeah,
it ain't
my
mine.
family. So for the most part, my family creating drama and baby mama drama. You know, and it's been mainly that. I'm just gonna keep it 100. So it's definitely been a struggle for that. But and it's been plenty of times where I thought that was really gonna be the thing that mess up everything. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
even in the beginning, but you know, she still stayed 10 toes down. Thank God.
Yeah, because it was almost even in the beginning. But as far as positive, I would say the podcast and my friends, my family, my parents, you know. My mama, she always dropping little stuff here and there in my ear, just, you know how older people are, just saying stuff that you, I don't know if she knows that some of the things she says I needed to hear at that time. Like, I don't know if she can pick up on that, but, so yeah.
The podcast definitely. This podcast done help a lot, man. You know, just with all the people we talk to and just talking amongst each other.
Yeah.
You know, it just let you know you ain't the only one or you ain't the only couple of marriage that got something going on.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, in the years to come with marriage, do you think what will make the marriage stronger? I missed that question all up.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just say keep doing what we're doing and work on the things that I don't want to talk about. And just sticking to what we have going on, because what we do, it works for us,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And you just said it all. What we do works for us. It don't matter. And that's just a gem for anybody. You know, it don't matter what nobody else thinks about what you got going on or how you run your house or what they think you need to do. It's only about what works for you.
Right.
You know.
Facts.
Exactly.
So, how do you manage work-life balance and ensure you have time for each other?
For the most part, just making sure we spend time with each other outside of work. A lot of times, we are tired.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. But
Yeah.
we still, like, there's times where I'm like, all right, we both tired. Even Jeremiah be tired. All right, we going out. Let's get up. We going out to do something. So we just got to do it.
Yeah.
Because if not, I mean,
Yeah. But even in our tiredness though, like we still making time
yeah.
to laugh or joke or crack on each other, something to create, you know, that energy, that love. You know what I'm saying? Is because
Yeah.
you need that. You know, I might spend 15 minutes laughing at her about something. She may laugh at me,
Yeah.
and when she start laughing, she ain't stopping. But when it's the other way around,
That's because you laugh at stupid stuff. Like,
see what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Just using every opportunity that you have, regardless of what it is,
Right.
to create memories. So
Definitely. So, how do you envision your future together, and what do you want to accomplish as a couple?
ooh.
well, for the most part, for me, is financial freedom. just free up that space to where
Sorry, that was a good answer.
just to where we don't have to worry about much. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even gotta be like rich or nothing, but just freeing up that time to where we can do what we want to do.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
All right, so thinking about marriage, did you ever envision yourself marrying someone with children?
Crystal.
Crystal?
Originally, no. Growing up, I just knew I was gonna marry somebody who didn't have kids, like, you know. But when you become an adult and you realize everybody got a kid, it is what it is. So, yeah.
Even with her saying that, just right off jump in the beginning, she was fully supportive of the kids, like buying. I remember who was that? Was that Jeremiah or Marquise? With it was one of them where she bought him some shoes for their birthday. She just been supportive out of the gate, just like almost like she had a kid of her own. So
That was kind of the
Yeah.
next question.
Yeah. On to the next.
Right.
So she helped take that load off.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, so how has becoming a blended family affected the marriage?
Man, that's a loaded question.
Pow pow.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's a loaded question.
bomb on me.
Man, it's affected it a lot. But once again, it's just the way she been there through all of that, though. You know, through all the crazy situations that we had, the fussing, the fighting, she just been there, man. You know, so
I get it.
yeah.
For real.
And I always got to remind her that I'm thankful.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want that to go unnoticed to where, you know, she think that I'm taking advantage of that. So,
Exactly.
I would say the blended family part really wasn't the issue.
yeah.
The kids wasn't a problem. The other parent
Right.
made it difficult. And I would say not necessarily for me, but for him. Because for a long time, he has allowed this person to do what they want, when they want, how they want.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person, you ain't gonna do that. Not as long as Crystal walked in the picture, like, you know. But then that becomes a problem, which I understand, because if it's been your way all this time and then who this new, you know, I mean, I get it. But yeah, the kids, it wasn't an issue with that, but just, you know.
And to, like she said, you know, she put her foot down. It's not that I don't put my foot down, so I don't want nobody to get it twisted. You know, because I ain't a pushover, so don't get that messed up. It's a side note. But
Let them
you
know.
know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I still run my household. I'm not insecure, so I don't got to be loud about it.
Cool.
You know, my kids respect me. My wife respect me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they know that. So, but getting back to what she saying, I did when you allow a lot of stuff to happen, you know, like you were saying earlier, you don't have any solid boundaries for people and how they treat you, then they think they can keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I did let that get out of hand, but you know, that's what she came in the picture. She reminded me, hey, you need to tighten up on what you got going on. So
Right.
that's what I did. And that bring the devil out of some people. You know what I'm saying? When they can't do the same things that they've been doing and operate the same way, they get mad. So
So how are y'all preparing to become empty nesters?
It'll be here
Still
before
got a
you
couple
know
more
it.
years, but
Yeah,
it'll be
but
here.
it goes fast. It'll be here
Yeah.
before you know it.
So one is already out. The other
In and
one,
out.
well, yeah, he in and out. Don't take that the wrong way. So he's in and out. Well, he's in the military. But as far as the youngest, right now we just pretty much saving for him. Like we already earlier this year we started putting money to the side every week. So when he becomes a senior, we ain't got to worry about all that stuff we got to pay for. He's doing that. I mean, it's just saving and just, slowly loosening the ropes a little bit with him. The night he had a concert, so, we just...
Yeah, I think for the most part, she gonna take it hard, harder than me. Like she'll pretend like she not, but I think she is, especially with the youngest.
Yeah, she about to cry right now.
Yeah, look at her. She before we even left. Call me before you leave the house. Call me when you get to the concert. Text me when you get. She just. So when he finally go off to college, she gonna be. They probably will be carpooling together.
Nah. I'm gonna let him fly now. I'm gonna let him fly because I'm not driving on the.
Yes, you is. We gonna be together. Right on the way.
Y'all will.
But yeah, I think that space is like we were saying earlier. It just create better communication.
Right.
So.
Yes.
So do y'all want more children?
Me, I do. Crystal, not so much. She just in a space to where she's like, okay, we at this age, let's enjoy this where we at, And I get it. I don't want to not, I don't want to disregard her feelings and also her goals that she has for herself. I don't want to be selfish, you feel me? But at the same time, but yeah.
What he said.
Okay then. So what advice would you give to your kids about love and marriage?
Well, we already been giving the Marquise advice.
Yeah, constantly.
So far, what we've been telling them: don't get married, not right now. Don't get nobody pregnant. Just live your life. Enjoy it while you can. Work hard at the same time. Don't enjoy it too much to the point where you're broke.
Right.
But enjoy being young. Work hard at the same time, and then later on, deal with all of that because it's a lot.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready, it'll take you under.
And too, for the most part, even Jeremiah, we constantly tell him, make sure you ain't let nobody run over you.
Yeah.
Make sure you still setting boundaries for yourself, and you basically teaching people how to treat you. And I tell him that off of my personal experience. You know what I'm saying? Don't start that early because if you do, the girls they gonna run all over you. So,
Yep.
and he getting the best of both worlds. He getting it from me. He getting my perspective, and he getting the downright straight to the point perspective. So
Yeah.
And he need it because he's just like Chris.
yeah, he is.
Personality and all, looks, everything. He is Chris all over again.
Wow. Well, y'all, thank y'all for a great episode. Do y'all have any final thoughts or final things you want to leave with us?
I would say to the people that's listening, do what works for you
Yeah.
in your marriage or your relationship. You can't really look at other people's relationships and try to compare because it just does not work.
Right.
Also, keep God first. Keep God first and let Him be your mediator.
That's
For
good.
sure. Yeah, and I'm piggybacking off that. Just keep God first and just know your relationship, your marriage. It's tailor made. It's not, no other marriage is like yours, no other relationship is like yours. You know, do you.
All right, y'all. So thank you to the Kizers. Woo!
Thanks for having us.
So y'all leave a comment down below, like, share all the good things with this video, and remember,
The wedding is only the beginning.